How difficult was it to say goodbye to Data on the first season of Picard? I mean, at this point.
No, it wasn't difficult. I didn't even think I was going to do it. It was just fun to come back and have another shot at it. It was.
Were you nervous? How many years had it been?
I don't know, 30 years maybe.
Weren't you a little nervous?
25
Can I still
years.
do this? Or you're like, I could just fall back into this.
I didn't know really if we could still do it, but the first day I shot with Patrick, and we were on a stage playing checkers or chess or something. I don't know, I haven't seen it. But we looked at each other and we go, this is both very strange and not strange at all at the same time.
Yeah.
It felt very natural. And this third season of Picard, of working with all of my friends, again, people ask, was that weird or strange or difficult? It wasn't. It was, it was very easy because we know each other really well. We're all friends.
That's what Jonathan says. It was hard for me to believe that you guys just all really enjoy each other. You travel together to do cons, or you do, a cruise, and you do
where we have lunch, or we just talk on the phone, or we see each other all the time.
It's still that easy. Instead, you didn't get sick of each other?
No, not at all.
Was there any one person that you can't mention that was a pain in the ass that you don't talk to that much?
Yeah.
All right. Good.
No, not at all. To a person, we're all friends. And that's kind of great. Yeah.
I love that. Do you love being directed by Jonathan?
Very much. Primarily because he's a very good director. But we do have a shorthand sort of thing.
You know what he wants. You're like, I got it. I know what you want.
Exactly.
Right.
And
that's nice.
And I'm comfortable with him, and he's comfortable with me. And so, I love working with him as director.
Is there anything about this, the stunt that you did that you talked about in some interview, or some that was that terrifying that's worth just talking about briefly?
Well, I can tell you, and that was Jonathan directing. Because
what was he directing? What was it?
It was First Contact.
First Contact movie.
And they needed me to. There was a scene where I was we were in a missile silo. Patrick and I were, and Alfred Woodard is shooting at us from below, and I say to Patrick, I'll take care of this. Or I say to Picard, or Data says to Picard, I'll take care of this. And I jump off the platform and go sailing through the air down to the floor, where she shoots me in the chest to no avail.
Right.
And I'm terrified of heights. And even when we were in this missile silo, just standing on the platform, I was terrified. And Patrick has no fear of heights. So he was bouncing just to, make me nervous. But anyway, the stunt guy did the fall, the jump, and he jumps through the air and lands on the ground, and it looked great. And Jonathan looked at the dailies, and he came to me and he said, "You got to do it. You have to do it. Yeah, you can tell it's him." And I was like, "Oh God!" So what they did was, we're in a sound stage, and they're very, very high, and they rigged me up in a halter and everything, and basically had to take me up to the top of the soundstage and drop me. And so they said, we're going to take you up just a couple of feet so you can feel what it's like. And I said, all right. So they took me up a couple of feet. Well, I was ready to throw up at that point. That's, I don't like, for me, when I say I don't like heights, I have a problem with standing. Sitting is semi-comfortable. I prefer to be laying down.
Right.
But so they took me down, and they said, how was that? And I went, it was horrible. And they said, okay, we're going to take you up a little further so you can see what it was. And I said, no, let's just do it. Take me all the way up, because I'll lose it if you keep doing it in increments. So they took me all the way up to the top of the soundstage, many, many feet. And there was a guy on a catwalk, because I was doing this in the wind. They took me
spinning. I've done that. Yeah.
So they took the guy had a pole and straightened me out. Yeah. So that I would stop spinning, right. And then they dropped me. And the hydraulic kicks in just before you hit the ground, so that he slows down. And but I got into the right frame of mind for it. I just decided to get into the character. Just play the character and think about my, intentions and all that. And I did it. And the crew burst into applause. The stunt guys came over and, gave me a hat. And, it was, and then Jonathan said, I think we have to do it one more time. But that was,
Oh my God.
and that's my friend Jonathan.